Okay, so thank you very much. As part of the conversation, I just wanted to give you a small visual about the careers in Africa. So all the presenters have actually talked about the opportunities, scientists, engineers, technicians, media, and the geomatics where actually I focused on. I would like to highlight the remote sensing and the GIS, which have come up very much, as well as the navigation, which is a kind of many opportunities that we have in Africa. More specifically, looking at geomatics, the kind of employers we're looking at the government, academia, private sectors, NGOs, and the role of this geospatial and geomatics is just to help our countries to more specifically focus on these thematic areas. Agriculture and food security, water is very key for Africa, also management of our natural resources, the forest, as well as urbanization. This is just a small journey of how I came through this field, starting as an undergrad on the right side. We were there one time, then here during my PhD graduation with my lead professor, Kutamens. Then after your graduation, you're taken through the streets like a small mayor. Then in the developments in these geomatics and the GIS, the focus has been more of the technology has really evolved. We have now internet, we have desktop software, and now with Digital Earth Africa and other platforms, we are thinking about people computing on the web. So we are actually now looking at how we can, even now recently in some countries in Africa, they're talking about 5G technology. So it's how much we can move forward this technology and take advantage of it. So we're also looking at more engagement with more academic institutions in Africa that will have opportunities for people to be trained. Also looking at opportunities that we can share, like through Space Hubs, scholarship opportunities for guys to be trained, and also looking at how we can take advantage of these big programs in Africa, like GMES in Africa, Savia program, as well as the Digital Earth Africa. These are kind of programs really focused in Africa, among other programs that we might have that we can actually share more information. And this picture shows some engagement with some of these players, like colleagues from West Africa. This is the Africa GIS, which we have it every 2 years. We had one in 2017, another one 2019, and we should have another one this year if all goes well. Then I'm also looking at engagement with students on this side, reaching out to more guys, showing guys the new technology like this small drone, and also looking how we can reach to the village. Like this is a small village somewhere in northern Kenya. So it's more about how we can actually move out of our comfort zone to reach more guys. And also the highlights of these programs and many programs that we are working for and we serve. Key opportunities here is the partnerships with the governments, academia, CSOs. We need to reach out to more guys, connect, like through Space Hubs is an opportunity and platform for us to connect. Also, we are looking at about sharing our experiences and as well as the data so that we can make it easier for people who are coming in, and also leaving no one behind. And you can see this is a path through various people, meeting great staff at NASA Langley. These are colleagues from NASA. These have a hub in Huntsville. This is the Rocket Center in Alabama. This outreach with colleagues from Senegal, including even the director for parks. This is engagement with colleagues in Tanzania. So at DE Africa, we've learned from other programs where we really make the Earth observation data more free and accessible, and the data itself is from the USGS, the Landsat, and the Sentinel-1 and 2. And we also have an online training program in English and French, and that is the link. And the broad program thematic areas: agriculture, water, urbanization, forest. And in this work, we are guided by the principles of our gender diversity inclusion strategy, where we make our life, people's life, more easier. We engage with everybody, leaving no one behind, so that they can actually use this information for decision making. And as part of this training program, we started sometime last year, and we've had more than 100 people receive their certificates. And it's self-paced course, and we normally have something more interesting that we have weekly sessions every Wednesday. So it gives us an opportunity to engage with the users everywhere. They can connect to us and tell us how things are going on. And in one of these cases that I could describe describe an example of how we benefited from this training is that I've engaged with some lecturer in Zanzibar, and she's been able to train her students, like 75 students, and out of this number, half of them have received certificates. And she's been arranging her program that every Friday she has a session with the students to follow up and how they are progressing and how they are working on the use cases. So looking at this lecturer, she really was looking for some material to help her move forward with the ordinary curriculum that she had. So this opportunity presented itself is that now you have this online training course and we have this support system for use cases. Now she's able to work with her students to make sure they have the latest technology at their disposal once they graduate, and they can actually move much faster. Some of the key points we're looking at DE Africa as part of our engagement with the users is the co-development of the use cases to create impact, looking at vegetation changes, looking at mining in Ghana, looking at coffee farming in Kenya, looking at water quality and water extent, looking at urbanization, also looking at how we monitored mangroves, like example of Zanzibar. So these are some use cases we are working with the users to develop a blog and also take it further to a conference and take it further for messaging with the policymakers. And in a nutshell, this is some of the examples of the guys I've engaged with. So this is a guy, a friend of mine from Tanzania National Bureau of Statistics. He's the head of that GIS program, and he's been able to communicate some of his work in various forums, including reaching out to a regional commissioner in his area. Then the other example on the right is one of the students who was my student at the undergrad. She got her master's in ITC in Netherlands, and now she's doing her PhD in Germany. And she was able to use the DE Africa to pitch an idea for the Farming by Satellite Prize sometime last year, November, and she got an award. And from this enthusiasm, she was able to continue even to move into her PhD. So we are looking at how we can really mentor people, work with the users everywhere in the continent, regardless of the language, English or French, looking also opportunities for Portuguese, so that we leave no one behind and bring much more people faster. And now, because now we have the digital age with us, and